Ciao Juventini of the world, my name is Giuseppe, welcome back on the channel, I hope you're all doing well. The love story continues between Danilo and Juventus. Beautiful news, fantastic news, that's what we will speak about in that video. I want to share my honest opinion about the deal about Danilo. As I did this morning, because I was contacted by Marca, what is Marca? The biggest sport page in Spain, to give my honest opinion about Danilo possible renewal. In the meanwhile, we have nearly the certainty, we just missed Juventus to announce it on their site. Maybe they will do meanwhile that I'm speaking about it. But why I was writing about it? Well, notification, Danilo, extension from 24 to 25 with the possibility to extend even one more year until 2026. Today Danilo spoke in Tuttosport, double page, and we will try to enter his private life and also his head to understand what man is and why he really wanted to extend that Juventus is one of the most difficult moments of Juve. Then we want to speak about the Trident, the trio, Angel Di Maria, Vlahovic and Chiesa, because probably they will again have another tentative, another chance to play versus Nantes in Europa League. Guys, I was about to not record the video. Why? Because you probably hear it at my voice, you see it at my eyes. I'm totally destroyed, I am sick, it is what it is. But I remembered it was the 14th of February 2023. What happens on the 14th of February? It is Valentine's Day. What do we do in Valentine's Day? Every single year we share love, like Angel Di Maria. We share love, and that's what I really wanted to do. Sick or not, I wanted to jump here to say thank you to every single one of you. The haters, the lovers, the one that are praising, the fans, the one that are just watching and not writing, even the one that are not putting a like every single day. Thank you, because if today we have the possibility to grow that community and to make a place that is feeling like home, it is thanks to you. I don't say it enough, but thank you, thank you, thank you. So, maximum of love to all of you. Let's speak about that Danilo deal, because Tuttosport was writing, Juve ti credo e firmo. Juve, I believe in you and I will sign, I will extend. First of all, I want to say one thing that's super important for me. Having the balls, and I will say it as it is, having the balls to sign in one of the most difficult moments of Juventus, chapeau, bravo, congratulations to Danilo, because he could just have said at the end of the season, depending where Juventus is, are they in Europe, are they in second division, whatever happens with Juve, we wait and then I sign. He decided, it's not the young guy, it is not Huijsen, it is not Ealing Jr., it is not Mulazzi, it is a first team player that played at Porto, Manchester City, Real Madrid, he's now at Juventus, he's not the oldest one, he's just 31, that is considered old, yes, but he has still a few years in his career. Well, Danilo could easily say, I wait and we see. No, he wanted to anticipate it. He showed act of love and exemplarity. If today a lot of supporters, included me, we are asking ourselves, in worst case scenario, what will happen with the players that we all love? And probably we are thinking about Federico Chiesa, Dusan Vlahovic, Angel Di Maria, if you want to, the trio, the Trident, but also other players. Where will they go? Will they remain? And we have no answers today. The first one, the first big player, gave an answer. He gave an answer saying, yes, no matter what, I stay. We are not in the same situation as 2006, where Del Piero, Buffon, Trezeguet, Camoranesi, Nedved, they remained in second division because they already knew what would happen. Here Danilo is anticipating, and that's one thing, regardless of the player, that I really appreciate. Then of course, I always said I would love to see him longer at the club. Going until 2026 is for me a bit crazy. Why rushing? It's not that his contract will end at the end of this season, he has one more year. Why rushing? There is no rush in extended. We know it, we saw it with Chiellini, we saw it with Bonucci now. Players that are going a bit older, they have more physical problems, especially at Juventus. Do we really have to go until 2026? At least Juventus, they made themselves safe. They went with a 2025 officially to a possible 2026. I don't know the conditions yet. Apparently his salary will remain the same. I'm not sure. They are speaking about 4 million. But at least I'm a bit more safe about that, because until 2026, even if at the end it will be 34, a few days before being 35, for me it was a bit too long. So yes or no, Danilo extending it? First of all, I didn't understand the rush. Secondly, I didn't want until 2026. On the other side, well, we lost a lot of leaders. We lost so many leaders in the time. Nedved, as a vice president, but also on the field, Buffon, Chiellini, a lot of senior players that are not there anymore to share a bit of understanding of what Juve is, that Juventinità. In a moment where we are growing a lot of next-gen players to the first team, we need someone that understands, that is exemplar in terms of behavior. And I believe that Danilo is the perfect man for that. So if you enter the double page of Tuttosport, well, he spoke firstly about the fact that he understood one thing easily. When you arrive at Juve, it's clear. Or you are from Juve, or you are not from Juve, in terms of level, but also in terms of, or you are from Juve, or you are against Juve. And especially in this moment, us Juventini, we really feel it. We feel that the other supporters, they are against us. Totally against it. They have no shame in showing it. And these were the first words of Danilo. Who is Danilo in numbers? Well, easy. 100 games in Serie A with La Vecchia Signora, 138 in total. Vice captain chosen from Allegri, accepted by Quadrado, Alexandro, and all the other ones that had more games than him at Juventus. 3 titles, Supercoppa, Coppa Italia, and the Scudetto. With the first year he was there in COVID. 6 is the number of his shirt. Why did he take the 6 after 2 seasons having the 13? To have the memories, to respect the memory of a big one. Ex-captain but forever legend of the club, Gaetano Scirea. Beautiful because he showed also knowing and respecting the history, and you know it. You can only become better if you know the history. You can only make the present better if you know and respect the history. So beautiful gesture about Danilo here. He continued to say that it was a difficult season. The minus 15 points were really, really hard to accept from the Juventini, from the players. He said it. I arrived at Juve, and at that time, immediately COVID in January, March, COVID. Now, minus 15. He would love to have a normal season at Juventus, so hopefully he can have that. He spoke about the captaincy, that it was Allegri that gave him that armband before Inter, but he really reminds that Bonucci is still the captain of the team. And also, he shared a lot of beautiful words for Bonucci, saying that Bonucci, even not on the field, but he helped him a lot in that new role for him. 2024, well, this morning he spoiled it a bit, because he said, soon we will have more important news about my contract extension. We are just waiting for the officialization of Juventus on their side. Other than that, all the journalists already spoke about it. They found the news today. It's not a mystery. First Tuttosport, and then in the middle of the day, you have the confirmation. He spoke about also being a captain. What does that mean? He said, I'm the oldest of 4 brothers, so I always had a bit of that responsibility. I already took responsibility to my small little brothers when I was 6 or 7 years old, and it grew until Porto. When he was at Porto, having the armband already when he was 22, big responsibility. He said probably I was too young, but I learned so much from it. He spoke about Allegri. He said that he shared a lot of his vision, saying that Allegri, he described him as someone that never gives up. Even if the biggest storm, as we are here today, he always finds a way to motivate the team. So beautiful words spent from Danilo to Allegri. Danilo is a player that had a fantastic relationship with Pirlo, so it's beautiful also to see a player that is able to adapt to different coaches with different ideas, mentality. He spoke about the fact that Allegri defended the player, and he said something important. He said, I totally agree with that, because the last game we saw with Nantes versus Fiorentina, when Allegri was having a problem with a supporter that was whistling, booing, insulting players that were just entering the field, De Sciglio, Keane, and Paredes. He said, I totally support the coach with that one. Look, if I have to give a message to the supporters, I would tell them, attenzione, look at how we became compact in a certain moment of the season. We need you as well. We need all the supporters as well to continue to be united as Juventini. So beautiful message. And then he spoke about him being a father, loving the city and so on. But being a father, you learn a lot of things by experience. Because being a father, you also are able, you develop that possibility to see the beautiful things in some ugly things. Sometimes things are ugly, but trying to take the positives from it. And then he said, you learn about being an example for your kids, and also that when you are doing mistakes, you are not ashamed anymore to say sorry. Beautiful words from Danilo. Again, Danilo, yes or no, I'm happy that it's until 2025. I'm happy that there is someone, because we lost Buffon. We lost Nedved as a vice president. We don't know who will be in the management. We lost Chiellini. We lost so many players. Probably even Bonucci is not anymore that leader on the pitch because he's always injured. Well, if we needed someone, especially with that next gen project that is growing, if we needed a leader, I believe that Danilo can be that exception to the rule. So I'm happy about it. We continue with a few other news. The one of Di Maria. Di Maria today birthday. Much love. I repeat it for the people that were a bit hating, saying he was there only for the World Cup. It is not true. Will he continue with Juve or not in the future? I have no idea. Let's see. If it's the Di Maria that we saw versus a few teams in 2023, I would say absolutely yes. One more year, I would not say no to Di Maria. Juve 3 stelle, Juve 3 stars. Can they coexist? Because that's the big question. We didn't see a fantastic Trident up front versus Fiorentina because of physical condition, because they were playing for the very first time together, probably not supported enough by a midfield with Locatelli dropping too much down, with Rabiot that was a bit everywhere alone in that midfield. Well, we'll have to continue. We will have to insist, and apparently this is the idea of Max Allegri versus Nantes, putting them again on the pitch, trying them, because we want to make a statement. We want tomorrow in a sold-out Allianz Stadium, we want to win. We want to win immediately and more than one goal. So we'll try. I'm super happy. Of course, they have to do better. Of course, we will test them. We will judge them after the game of Nantes. One thing that is really nice is that probably Quadrado can be a starter. Today he didn't train. Bonucci trained. Quadrado didn't train with the team. So hopefully he can recuperate maybe tomorrow so that we can see him on Thursday in the Europa League. Finishing with the words of Trezeguet. A few words about Trezeguet. Trezeguet was speaking to DAZN yesterday, and he said that in the management of Juve, he needs a sporting figure, someone that make history at Juventus, without telling names, but referring maybe to himself, to Del Piero, to Chiellini, maybe to Marchisio, but someone like that, like Bayern Munich did with Salihamidzic. So at least taking a player, forming him so that he learns the role of being someone in the management. I just wanted to say that I totally agree 100% with Trezeguet. I want to see a face of Juve, a real Juventino in that management. Del Piero, Chiellini, the dream. I would love to see them. I just want to say that actually Juventus always did it. They did the same with Nedved, taking him after his career, training him, developing him, teaching him to be a vice president. They offered more or less the same to Buffon that refused because he wanted to play. And actually the plan was to have, after the MLS career, Chiellini at the club. That was actually the idea. Who will come? Let's see with the new management. I'm really curious. Probably will not be Claudio Marchisio, that apparently will become a new player ad agent. It could be a sport agent. Apparently that's the future of Il Principino. I would be curious who he will represent really soon. Anyway, thank you for your support. You heard it. I'm totally sick. So put it back. Put it back. We'll try again. Put a maximum of like. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. Grazie, forza. Juve.